Las Vegas judge, see what request she denied.
There's competition at Pearson Air Park between two kinds of birds. I'm Tim Gordon. We'll tell you what they're doing to keep pilots safe here. That story is coming up.
So I did see the game.
For consumption. Find out why.
And birds and planes don't mix, but is this decoy enough to protect pilots who use a local airstrip? A story you'll see only on KOIN News 6 next at 5:30.
Brunky Furniture, bringing the tradition of
Objects that do not mix, birds and airplanes, but they collide more often than you might think.
In fact, a recent incident at Little Pearson Air Park in Vancouver has them stepping up efforts there to scare off the geese. KOIN News 6 reporter Tim Gordon shows us.
Look for more than a second, and it's obvious to the human eye, this is not real.
Well, coyote decoys, but yes, coyote on a stick is what we call them.
Decoys protecting pilots and airplanes that come and go about 150 times a day from Pearson Air Park. This Cessna hit a flock of geese on takeoff in January, the last bird strike, doing major damage. Fortunately, no injuries.
The one that we had the strike with here, one of the geese actually came through the windshield and into the pilot's lap. It's a safety issue. We're concerned about the safety of the pilots. We don't want a bird strike.
A new goose mitigation plan includes the coyotes and a 3-foot-tall fabric fence. The birds don't like the fence because it blocks their view of predators and makes it hard for them to take off. Only bird droppings left during the day, but hundreds of geese often come here. Pilot Jeff Jacobs says it's gotten worse in the past 5 years.
There's been times I've actually had to taxi out midfield and taxi up close to them and gun the engine just so to encourage them to waddle off the runway.
Go to YouTube and you'll see plenty of bird strikes. This an F-16. The pilots had to eject. This 757 took a bird in the engine and forced an emergency landing. And this Cessna hit a big bird coming in to land. They can cost millions, can be deadly, and Pearson hopes to avoid them. For the birds, too.
We're concerned about the safety of the geese, too. We don't want to harm any of the geese.
In Vancouver, Tim Gordon, KOIN News 6.
Now, Pearson personnel also physically chase the birds off, but they're not using air cannons or noise guns. The airport has recorded 5 bird collisions in the past 2 years.
My husband used to be a pilot, and he's told me a few
Some scary stories about that.
It is frightening,
It happened once to me in a news chopper. Covering the 96 floods, a geese shattered the cockpit windshield of a news helicopter over Vernonia.
Oh, you'll never forget it, will you? All right, let's talk to Bruce Sussman now in our